Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Roy Moore, the controversial Republican candidate for a vacant Alabama Senate seat, has been accused of an historical sexual abuse of a teenage girl. The allegation comes just 4 weeks before the vote. Mr. Moore, who was backed by President Trump's former chief strategist Steve Bannon for the candidacy, has denied the allegation. His campaign has gone into full attack mode in response, saying they're now in a spiritual battle against the forces of evil, as OBrien reports.
As Roy Moore sees it, he is charging into war. Under the banner God, Family and Country, add controversy. And for the Republican Senate nominee in Alabama, it is a battle of biblical proportions.
Senate shocker. Growing calls this morning for Roy Moore, the Republican nominee in Alabama's critical U.S. Senate race, to drop out.
Yesterday, the Washington Post reported that Moore had inappropriate contact with a 14-year-old girl in 1979. In a detailed account, the woman alleges that Moore, then a 32-year-old prosecutor, took off her clothes and made her touch him in a sexual way. Moore has described the allegations as fake news and completely false. The incident was not reported to police at the time, and the statute of limitations has long passed. President Trump, on his tour of Asia, called on Moore to step aside if the allegations are true. Moore is the controversial champion of anti-elite, anti-liberal conservatism in the South. He relishes his image as Christian cowboy, complete with sidearm.
I believe in the Second Amendment.
As ex-judge with anti-abortion, anti-homosexuality credentials.
Abortion, sodomy, sexual perversion, sweep our land.
For him, the allegations in the Washington Post represent a liberal media assault on his worldview, a spiritual war. His response on Twitter, a rallying cry to supporters. I believe you and I have a duty to stand up and fight back against the forces of evil, waging an all-out war on our conservative values, he said. Our nation is at a crossroads right now, both spiritually and politically. The vote in Alabama is 4 weeks away, and this is Republican country.
I have acknowledged God is the moral foundation of our law. Thank you, Lord. It's my duty.
So, for the man who erected a statue of the Ten Commandments in the state's Supreme Courthouse, the reaction to these claims, thou shalt not budge.
The US comedian Louis C.K., who's been accused of historical sexual misconduct by 5 women, has issued a statement saying the stories are true. A number of media companies have cancelled planned appearances by the star, and his release of his new movie, I Love You, Daddy, has been scrapped. His statement said, "There is nothing about this that I forgive myself for."